Blessings, blessings! Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Today we are talking about fears, of course, right? Because I feel like, again, there's a lot of conversation around these things that we talk about on a daily basis, but not much definition or real understanding or, real understanding around it, you know? And so I just wanted to talk about it because what is fear? Like, you ever actually asked yourself that? Like, what the heck is fear anyways? Like, people are always talking about fears. What the heck is it? And, like, where does it come from? Like, where is it in your body? Like, where is it in your mind? What is fear, right? On top of that, there's, like, so many layers to the concept of fear and, like, the different definitions of fear. And so, of course, today we're mainly going to be talking about the mental, psychological psychological fears that we experience. So I just wanted to quickly talk about that and kind of just give you guys a little brief intro or behind the scenes of what fear actually is and how the different ways it can really, affect you and affect your life. Okay, so in my definition, when I think about what fear is, like, if you're gonna ask me what my definition is, okay, so Brooke Wright's dictionary. My definition, what I believe fear is, I believe fear to be, it's such an interesting concept because when you actually know what fear is, right? But I believe fear to be an emotional response to something that triggers a memory within you. So in my words, fear is an emotional response to the memories. No, fear is an emotional response to the triggers of your memories, or your thoughts, or your overall perceptions. I got it. I like it. In my definition, fear is the emotional response to the triggers of your perceptions and memories, right? So in my definition, what I mean is that a fear is something that pops up within you when your brain is triggered to remember something, right? Because fear really is you feeling worried that you're in danger, right? So let me pause there. I really love this definition from Northwestern Medicine. So Northwestern Medicine says, fear is experienced in your mind, but it triggers a strong physical reaction in your body. As soon as you recognize fear, a part of your brain, the amygdala, right, starts to go to work by alerting your nervous system, which sets your body's fear response into motion, right? So that's what I was saying. So it's the emotional trigger. That's pretty much what it says, right? Fear is experienced in your mind, but it triggers a strong physical reaction in your body. So that's exactly what I just said, right? So fear is an emotional response to a trigger, right, from your mental, right? So like they said, fear is experienced in your mind, but it triggers a physical reaction. So we feel it physically, of course, right? We all feel the fear physically, but it initially stems from or is triggered from the mindset, right? Because think about it. When we're talking about fear of, let's just go for money, right? Because this is something that's very common amongst us all, right? It's money and how we've been programmed to think, feel, believe, and act towards money. And so when it comes to, say, for example, investing, a lot of people have fear when it comes to investing. A fear like investing usually stems from something that you either experience on your own or something that you've been taught, right? Think about it. When someone comes to you, everyone's talking about a lot of Bitcoin and crypto and stuff like that, Forex, stocks, all that kind of stuff. If you're going to invest, right, and a lot of you guys who have actually been in this experience where, you're considering investing or whatever the case may be, what stopped you? Right? Fear stopped you. But why did fear stop you? Because somewhere down the line, before you were introduced to that opportunity, somewhere down the line you either had an experience where you maybe invested in the past and it didn't go well, so now you have fears about investing again. Or maybe you were also taught growing up something about investing that has now planted a seed of fear within you, right? There's so many different scenarios, right? But these are ways of how you can create fears, or these are the ways that fears are created within us, is through either experiences we actually have experienced or through teachings that people have programmed us to believe. And so fear is a funny thing. So it really is triggered from your perceptions. It's really triggered from your programming. Let's just put it that way. Fear is triggered from your programming, right? So whatever you're programmed to think, to feel, to act like, growing up, from the past to the moment you are today, whatever the reasons are, right? It's because of the way you grew up. It's because of your past. So whatever you're fearful of, if you're fearful of investing, if you're fearful of, taking chances, if you're fearful of public speaking, if you're fearful of whatever, it's usually because of your past. It's usually because you either experienced something that has now caused more fear within you, or again, you have been programmed, right? That fear has been programmed into your mental, right? Which now you feel it in your physical. So just remember, that is what fear is. Fear is something that you feel physically, but you also think it mentally. And it's also triggered from your mental, from your thoughts, from your perceptions, from your perspectives, or from your experiences, right? From your memories, from your programming overall, from your mental programming and how you were programmed growing up. So fear is mental and physical, right? And it's triggered from your past, right? It's triggered from what you've been taught overall, whether you experienced it firsthand or not. Yeah, I just wanted to kind of just give that example. I don't know, there's something about this video that I really like. I'm like getting in a good vibe right now. I'm feeling like this good energy. I don't know what it is, but if you feel the good energy, then comment below, let me know. But I think it's very important. You guys know me. If you're new here, then you're going to get to know me. I'm very big on clarity. I'm very big on self-reflection and self-awareness. And so I feel like knowing things and like being clear on what things are, being clear on what the mindset is, being clear on what energy is, on what emotions are, on what fear is, I think is very important, because this is how you grow. This is what helps you to grow. This is what helps to improve your personal well-being, your personal growth, your personal development, your knowledge, right? Your wisdom, etc. And so being clear on things, asking questions, seeking answers, right? And even this video, like I'm about to cut it off, but fear can be talked about even more. Like we can keep talking about fear. There's gonna be multiple videos about fear, right? Like we can talk about fear for days, just so we can talk about mindset for days. I say this all the time, right? So it's very important that we gain clarity, that we ask questions, that we seek the answers and the knowledge that we need in order to move forward, in order to help us build up to be the people that we are, right? In order to improve our mindsets, in order to overcome these fears. Because if you're trying to overcome fears, you need to understand what a fear is, right? You need to understand where they come from. You need to understand how they were created, right? And so that's very important. That being said, I'm going to end the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you guys did, you guys already know, like, share, comment, subscribe. And let me know if you guys like this topic, if you want to learn more about fear, or let me know a fear that you're currently overcoming, or a fear that you currently overcame recently. Yes. Cheers to people overcoming fears. I met a lady on Twitter the other day, and she was so anxious about applying for a job, and then she said she ended up doing it anyway. So I'm like, yes, honey. Cheers to overcoming the fears. I like that. Okay, cheers to overcoming the fears, guys. If I had a little wine glass or champagne fluid. Cheers to overcoming fears. Anyways, I'll see you guys in my next video. Love you. Blessings. Have a beautiful day. All right.